The dungeon did not fall silent after the High Demon Lord's death. It held its breath. Cracked stone floated mid-air, dust frozen like stars in a dead sky. The blue glow of Sung Jinwoo's sword pulsed slowly, rhythm matching the rise and fall of his chest. Blood dripped from his armor, splashing onto the floor that no longer dared to move. The shadows behind him did not celebrate. They waited. Jinwoo stood there, unmoving, eyes fixed on the demon's fading corpse as its crimson energy evaporated into nothingness. Power still crawled beneath his skin, electric, unstable, like something new had awakened and was testing its chains. For the first time since entering the dungeon, Jinwoo did not feel fear. He felt control. Then, the dungeon screamed. Not with sound. With pressure. Walls groaned. Ancient pillars cracked. Sigils carved into the stone ignited one after another, glowing a violent purple as if the dungeon itself rejected what had just occurred. The death of a High Demon Lord was not meant to happen. And the dungeon was about to correct that mistake. Jinwoo's eyes narrowed. Still not done, he muttered. The system answered before the dungeon could. Warning: multiple high-threat entities detected. Dungeon state, collapse/overrun. The shadows behind him stirred. Not nervously. Eagerly. From the far end of the chamber, something massive dragged itself forward. Stone cracked under clawed hands. A body larger than the Demon Lord emerged from the darkness, twisted, malformed, stitched together by raw mana and hatred. Its chest split open vertically, revealing a pulsing core of corrupted energy. Behind it, more shapes moved. Dozens. Then hundreds. Demons. Beasts. Constructs of bone and magic. Lesser lords drawn by the vacuum of power left behind. They did not roar. They recognized him. And they advanced. Jinwoo exhaled slowly. So, he said quietly, raising his sword, blue light flaring brighter, you want to test the throne. The first wave attacked. They moved like a flood, claws, blades, magic tearing through the air. Jinwoo stepped forward instead of back. Shadows exploded outward. Rise. The command was soft. The response was absolute. The floor beneath the fallen demon convulsed as darkness surged upward, shaping itself into towering forms. Baru emerged first, wings unfurling violently, eyes burning with murderous delight. My king, Baru hissed, bowing mid-air. Igris rose beside him, crimson eyes steady, blade resting on his shoulder. Fong materialized in a snarl of shadow and bone. More followed, soldiers, knights, beasts, an army born from death itself. The dungeon shook. The enemy hesitated. Too late. Jinwoo moved. He vanished. One moment he stood at the front of his army. The next, he was inside the enemy ranks. Blue and black light ripped through the horde as Jinwoo's sword carved perfect arcs of destruction. Every swing was precise. Every strike fatal. Shadows followed his movements like extensions of his will, impaling demons, dragging them screaming into the darkness. A massive demon lunged from above, Baru intercepted it mid-air, tearing it apart with brutal efficiency. Another unleashed a beam of corrupt energy, Igris stepped into it without flinching, blade cutting straight through the attack and the demon behind it. Jinwoo didn't watch. He felt. Every movement of his army echoed inside his mind. Every kill fed the shadows. Every fallen enemy became a resource. The dungeon was no longer a battlefield. It was a harvest. Then, something changed. The air thickened again. A presence descended, not rushing, not panicked. Calm. Confident. From the collapsing ceiling, a figure floated down, robes woven from void and mana. Its face was hidden behind a fractured mask, cracks glowing with inner light. A Demon Archon. Stronger than the Lord. Older. Its voice echoed without a mouth. Shadow Monarch's vessel, it said. You overstep. Jinwoo stopped. His army froze. Slowly, Jinwoo looked up. Then stop me. The Archon raised one hand. Reality bent. The shadows around Jinwoo screamed as they were forcibly suppressed, crushed under divine authority. Several shadow soldiers collapsed, forms destabilizing. Baru snarled. Igris stepped forward, Jinwoo raised a hand. No, he stepped alone. The Archon's power slammed into him like a mountain. Jinwoo's knees cracked the stone as he resisted, muscles screaming, blood leaking from the corner of his mouth. The Archon descended closer. You borrow power you do not yet understand. Jinwoo laughed. A low, breathless sound. Funny, he said. I was about to say the same. The system chimed again. Skill unlocked domain of shadows, partial, the dungeon went dark. Not dim. Extinguished. A perfect black sphere expanded outward from Jinwoo, swallowing light, sound, space itself. Inside it, only blue and purple energy remained, stars in an artificial void. The Archon recoiled. What? Jinwoo appeared in front of it. The sword went through its chest. The Archon screamed as shadows invaded its body from the inside, tearing it apart at a molecular level. It thrashed, unleashed divine spells, but the darkness ate them. Jinwoo twisted the blade. Your era's over. The Archon disintegrated. The domain collapsed. Silence returned. The remaining demons fled. The dungeon began to crumble in earnest now, structures failing, magic imploding. Jinwoo turned to his army. Withdraw. The shadows obeyed instantly, folding back into him as he moved toward the exit, walking calmly as destruction chased him from behind. At the gate, he stopped. Looked back once. Not at the dungeon. At the power. The shadows stirred again. Hungry. Learning. Jinwoo stepped through the gate as it sealed shut behind him. Sunlight hit his face. Hunters waiting outside froze. They felt it. That pressure. That wrongness. Jinwoo walked past them without a word, eyes forward, aura controlled, but barely. Behind him, his shadow stretched unnaturally long. And for the first time, it smiled. The world was not ready. But the shadows were. And Sung Jinwoo had stopped being a hunter. He had begun becoming something else. Something inevitable.